Have you ever wondered how a game is made? This is GigaBash, an action-packed party brawler that gives up to 4 friends a destructible arena to settle grudges. Its concept is simple. Pick a character, load up a map, and humiliate your opponents. But beneath all that chaos is a game that punches well above its weight, earning awards and recognition from players all over the world. And the biggest twist? This global hit was made not in Japan or the US, but right here in Malaysia by Passion Republic Games.
Hi, my name is Xiang. I'm the project coordinator for GigaBash, and I've been in the games industry for 5 years. We can start from the designers first. They are basically the brains to think up of all these exciting ideas. After the design, we can split into 2 paths. One is the art side and one is the tech side. Going down the art side first, we proceed into concept art. They are the visualizers. After the concept artists, we have the modelers. 3D modelers are the sculptors. After the modelers, we have the riggers. So the riggers are people who input skeletons into the characters. The model is then passed to the animation team. Animators are the ones responsible for sort of manipulating the 3D rigged model. The VFX artists are sort of one of the last steps in the art pipeline. They are responsible for giving visual context for what the character is doing. That was the art side of things, and now we're covering the tech side of things. Engineers are the ones that is giving life to the design. The audio designer is responsible for crafting sound effects that correspond to what the player does in the game. QA is the one that catches any issues with the game, and if they find issues, they need to communicate with the engineers, and then the engineers resolve those issues.
The concept for the GigaBash bring out the tokusatsu feeling and also giving the fans to fulfill their kaiju fantasy to destroy the buildings and become the monsters or hero themselves.
We were thinking of what kind of game we want to create, so we researched through what kind of genre and what kind of theme we can use for. At the end, then we found it's the Kaiju Phantom will be interesting to create.
We are designed from all aspects of GigaBash, such as characters. We also create the combats and also different levels with unique mechanics. We created Gorodom and also PP Juras, which is inspired by Bautan itself in Ultraman. Now we need a hero. If it's tokusatsu, that means we definitely need our Ultraman and also we need our Gundam, right? So yeah, this is how we get the idea from what character we need to have in our game. Yeah.
I was in charge on working on how does the game look like, the art direction of the game, and mainly environment as well, environment, VFX, UI. I mainly use Photoshop. Back then we were using Photoshop, Modo, and touch a little bit of Unreal Engine. Yeah, so Area 51 is one of my favorite because it feels like you're playing the toy tanks and planes when you're a kid. And no one really knows how Area 51 looks like. So you just have a lot of freedom to design how it looks like. The Luana map was interesting because we input a lot of really interesting ideas, and I think this is where we started to implement the hazard event, which is the lava that start coming into the map. Gigaman was a character that we wanted to pay tribute to Ultraman. We wanted to have a character that is kind of retired, something like Fat Thor. That's where Gigaman kind of came about. The challenge of creating concept art for GigaBash is definitely setting the art direction at the beginning, because the theme that we want is modern nostalgia, which is 2 very separate things. So we need to find a balance of how nostalgia we want it to be, but at the same time, how does it look modern at the same time? So I think that's the main balance that we are trying to find. We resolved the problem by a lot of discussion back and forth. I guess somehow we just found the right spot.
Modelers are the sculptors in the sense that they take the concept art from the concept artists.
My contribution to the final product was working closely with the designers, the concept artists, riggers, and animators to create character models as well as environment map-related assets. Our game is mostly top-down view, so we took in such considerations too, and then we make the necessary adjustments on both the model-wise and the texture-wise to make sure the silhouettes and the details on the characters are readable from most angles for the players. I started off with Blender, and then in this project, we also use Substance Painter, Unreal Engine, Maya. So blocking stage, it's very rough. We call it low poly or blockouts of the character, enough for the riggers to start rigging and then put in animations so that we can have a preview of how the character would look like when it's animated.
What we do is we put joints on a character and then we have to skin them so they can deform nicely. So then after that we have to put controls. It's just like a puppet master where people create puppet and then we attach the strings. That's what we do. For doing skeletons and skinning, we use Maya, and then when it comes to rig, we use Motion Builder. The GigaBash character that we rig, it's like not just like bipedal like most of the characters that you see in game. So there's a lot of monster like octopus, tentacles and stuff. So it's quite challenging. It's fun that we have to like brainstorm with our designers and animator how we solve and how to approach the steps that we can please both designer and animators like what they require. For normal character like just a limb, we have only certain amount of movement. Let's say our elbow will move about 90 degrees in the same direction. But for Rohana, it's a plant, right? So imagine like Mr. Fantastic if you saw a Marvel. So that's how they stretch the arm with like without limits, and then it can like bend like wavy or S shape. So those are challenging. It took us about a week to complete Rohana rig. Yeah.
When the rigger done rigging in Motion Builder, they will pass the file to us. So we'll use the Motion Builder to animate the character. I use Motion Builder to create animation and import data to Unreal Engine. Sometimes I'll utilize the motion capture to speed up the production time. As an animator, we deliver creativity, lively and functional animation, support the idea for the designer that brings out characteristics. Providing the right direction and the right animation are the challenges to me because different characters act differently. For some part, we need to take care of the pose, whether it looks nice and readable from the top angle. We need to make sure the body part, upper body part, or the motion is bigger and readable. So when the player play the games, they can know what the characters are doing. DLC for Roja and Bowser, my first DLC to work on. The Bowser will split the tails into two and it will stab the enemy in the air and throw them up. It's Bowser's air grab. I love the animation is because the motion is very quick and responsive and it feels very satisfying to looking at.
My job is to enhance the gameplay experience. So we create cool visual effect and immersive experience to the player in the game. There are few software that we will be using. Sometimes for texture making, we will be using Photoshop and also Substance Designer to create the texture. And then we will export into the engine. And in the engine for creating the visual effect, we will mainly using particle system or Unreal Niagara system. So this tool is to create our visual effect and spawning in the game. I think the most challenging part is the optimization. Optimization we need to take a lot consideration, but we still want to keep the aesthetic in the game. We want to make it look cool and look nice, but we don't want to overdo it and spawn too many things that overfill the player's screens.
That was the art side of things, and now we're covering the tech side of things. So engineers are the ones that is giving life to the design.
Hey, look at the UI. It moves, right? Guess who does the job? Us. Hey, you see the background is changing, right? Who changes the background? Us. Wow, you can select AI or player. AI is programmed by who? Well, programmers, obviously. A job of programmer, right? It's to speak in a language that only computer will understand. You communicate through the computer language, which you might heard of Python, C++. GigaBash uses Unreal Engine, and Unreal Engine mainly using C++. is something similar as writing the rules of a world. Technically speaking, we enforce the rules. The person that designed the rules are the designers.
The designers have this idea for a prototype, for a feature. So the engineers are the ones that discuss with the designers, and they're the ones that, okay, so you want this? Okay. So I will translate that into code, and the designers will, try it out. Okay, so this is what I need, this is what I need, any changes, etc.
So let's say my line of code is like this. You write something, it's like this. Some other guy writes some other code that's like this. All the lines will intersect each other, and you still have to make sense structurally. What happens? I made a mistake. In the below there, my line broke, everything breaks. You have to be very careful not to screw other people up.
On GigaBash, my focus was more towards the audio side of things. That involved a lot of programming the audio into the game, as well as working with external teams and partners with developing the audio and the audio design of it. Audio is a bit of a tough thing to tweak on an asset level because you're always thinking in terms of like timings and how like different samples work with each other. You're limited in that sense. The big software I used for the majority of GigaBash's development was Fmod. It acts as like an interface between a sound designer and the game. A lot of things people tend to overlook with regards to the game audio. Let's say, for instance, Gorgon, he starts like charging up. First, you need a sound at the very beginning. Then you need something where he's like holding it and it's like rising upwards as he's charging. And then you need a looping sound at the end of it. This is 3 assets already. And then you need like a thing to go off every time it charges up, like ting, ting, ting. So that's another asset there. Then you actually need the punch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 assets in total for 1 punch.
QA, or quality assurance, they are the final checkpoint.
I am the one that is in charge to make sure the game is in the best possible state for the players. So that's a lot of responsibility, and that's what the role means to me. I am in charge of testing all of our in-house products and making sure that they are the best quality possible. They run on time, they deliver on time, and they come up with everything that we want, the quality that we expect. For QA, boring is good. Boring means nothing is wrong. You want boring. It means that no issues are there, no bugs are there, and you can actually just focus on finding the small little things that we may have overlooked, like clips or glitches in the maps, weird interactions with like characters that we never considered. So you can focus on those stuff. So players have found multiple bugs that I never really thought was possible. There was one where they found a way to make the characters fly outside the map. There was one where they managed to find a character to go under the map. These are all the things that we don't really think that is possible, but players do help find. Having like a really good relationship with the community helps us like log these bugs and make sure the game is better for everybody.
I remember distinctly the directors, they were crying. They're like, oh my god, GigaBash is finally out.
I can assure you that the players will get like the best quality for any properties that we work on.
It's a very like colourful and vibrant game now.
GigaBash for me, I would say people enjoy it because of the monsters. I can't really think of any other game that has the same fighting styles like Super Smash Bros. With monsters in it.
The big thing I love about this place is
everyone in the team treated GigaBash with love and care.
I admire everyone in the team. Everyone is trying to play the crazy ideas and trying to make the visual and game mechanic looks cool and impactful.
I quite enjoy working with everyone, honestly, because everyone is very friendly and also very passionate about their work.
I like how easy they are to work with. I've never had such connection with people in this company that I did for my previous ones.
So it's nice working with people that can understand, and they can give, they can take advice and take critics as well.
People have their own set of goals and missions, strengths and weaknesses. My role is to also make sure that the team is healthy, whether it's physically or mentally. Project manager or project monitor is nothing without a happy and healthy team.
My advice to game creators or developers is just because you love a game and you like to play a game doesn't automatically mean that you're gonna be good at making a game. But do not let that stop you.
There is a huge misconception among students is that if I can't get a job after I graduate, it's the end of the world. So I would like to say it's not it. If you couldn't get a job immediately after you graduate, it's fine and it's really normal. So you just need to slowly build your way up.
Be resilient and don't be afraid of your idea will get scrapped.
Communication also is a very important skill.
My advice for any aspiring game developer is just really be true to yourself and ask yourself, do you enjoy playing games or do you like making games?